Rene is the perfect nickname for the chef of the restaurant many critics have proclaimed the finest in the world. With Faith Salie, we take a peek in the kitchen.
Potential one no seafood at all on table 12. Yeah.
Flowers, moss, ants. Not exactly what you might expect to find on your plate, unless, of course, you're at Noma.
Ready on 5 running?
This restaurant in Copenhagen not only has 2 Michelin stars, but was named Best Restaurant in the World in 2010. Then, again, in 2011, 2012, and 2014.
Never did I expect or dream up that it became what it is today. I mean, never.
38-year-old chef Rene Redzepi opened Noma in 2003, limiting himself strictly to ingredients found in the Nordic region. Back then, it was considered a tall order.
If you were not cooking French or Italian, it was like, forget about it. Everything else was stupid.
So Noma, a portmanteau of the words Nordic and mo, the Danish word for food, looked for culinary inspiration from the land itself.
We're looking for beets mustard, who is actually...
Foragers like Michael Larson collect ingredients every day, rain or shine.
So the berry here itself, we'll pickle that for the winter. You can use it to make jam. There's so many things you can do with this one.
What's wrong with grabbing a bunch and, sticking it in the freezer, drying it?
Yeah, but I think that might be the difference between fine dining and normal dining. So this is fine dining. We need to have the best every day and it needs to be fresh.
Have a bit of the leaves.
Back in the kitchen, Redzepi and his team get to work.
Oh, this is actually sliced rhubarb.
So beautiful.
That's cooked with seaweed and sorrel leaves.
Perhaps what's most impressive about the kitchen is just how fresh everything is.
Wild blue lobster.
And he's alive.
He's alive.
Yeah. How much does it cost to eat at Noma?
A meal with drinks at Noma averages around $400 a person. If you were to envision that everybody down the food chain had a pay that would enable them to have a nice home, a car, any meal would be very expensive or more expensive.
But the elegance and prestige of Noma is a world away from Redzepi's childhood in rural Macedonia.
I mean, there's no refrigerators. You just go out and pick something out of the ground or from a tree, or you kill an animal. If you want a chicken, you have to actually go and grab a chicken and...
Redzepi immigrated to Denmark when he was 12 years old, dropped out of school by 15, and began working as a restaurant apprentice a year later, during a much different culinary scene.
Food in the 80s here were like microwave food. Seriously, it wasn't anything amazing at all. Like ready-made meals most of the time.
Noma changed all that, turning Copenhagen into a foodie destination and Redzepi into culinary royalty.
It was a game changer for Noma. It was a game changer for Copenhagen as a city. It was a game changer for the whole Nordic region.
But Noma's story doesn't end there. In a few months, the restaurant will move to a new part of town.
We have the space to build a small urban farm, which is amazing for a cook, to actually be able and pick your parsley a minute before you need it.
Until then, Redzepi will also open a pop-up restaurant in Mexico using ingredients unique to that region. It's a full plate by any means, but then again, filling plates is exactly what this man does best.
You know, I understand this thing that it's just food, but food is so much more than that as well. To some, when they get a fine meal, it's like a real transcendent moment. And to others, it's just a vessel to enjoy the conversation better. And I'm perfectly fine with everything, as long as they enjoy their time with us.